This is Dungeon Not Included, the actual play podcast for the adventurous listener. You are listening to our game of Bulldogs, a sci-fi adventure RPG from Galileo Games. Brennan is your GM and host, Frank plays Sticky, Alex plays Graucom McGruff, and Red plays San Ming. Our theme music is by Seamus Ronan.
Alright, last time, we managed to escape planet with our cargo and land on an ice planet, while avoiding the pirates' attention. We had to fix our ship from its overheating engines that happened with the attack that happened on us, and we used parts from the cryopods to do that. And while that was going on, San Ming had a little bit of a moral dilemma about what we were possibly shipping, as we packed snow in to replace the coolant on the cargo. And we learned that the planet we are going to has a hybrid species between Arsabarish creatures and insects. And these might possibly be those, but they don't typically travel like this. And we managed to make it off planet with some expert piloting by San Ming.
Recap was suspiciously positive towards San Ming.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Could it be that I like my character?
Yeah. Stick, you can do the next one and make it all about you. Don't worry. This week's game sponsored by Blueberry Acai Coke, as opposed to last week's Strawberry Coke.
Oh boy. I wish we could get some of those sweet Coke endorsement dollars.
Well, we're not going to get them by not mentioning Coke.
I think that's in dollars?
Nice.
I thought it was just cans of Coke.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would still be fine.
Wait, can I get like regular Coke and not shitty blueberry Coke?
I can't help
now
but
you're
know
ruining
that
it for
all these
everybody.
checks are all these checks are actually coming from Pepsi.
Right.
All right.
They've been
Is
salted.
Pepsi okay?
All right. Two things. One, blueberry is significantly better than strawberry on a scale of like 1 to 10. That's still like a 3. It's better than a 1. It's not great. But if we were paid in these, think about that's not only soda, but that's 5 cents a can we're getting paid by Coca-Cola as well, right? So we're getting money and soda. So I'm cool with either or both.
All right. So you're heading towards the planet Calexico.
Calexico.
And the port is called Ensenada.
Cool.
There is, as you are flying in, you didn't have much trouble plotting a course this time because you didn't have to continually stop and vent gases.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're coming into this. It looks like a desert style planet with there's a huge jagged ridge of red stone that sticks out like the front porch of the city here, where there are a number of buildings on ground level, but then the shipyards are in the shade of this ridge.
Captain, I would think that we need to get, I assume near whatever shade we can get to is once we open these doors, and we're going to start dealing with melting ice. So we need to get these to a place where we can get somebody to help engineer, like fix these up. They've got to have local engineers that can reapply coolant or fix it. But we can't be in the middle of the desert opening this thing, or we're going to end up with a big puddle and a whole bunch of dead, whatever these are.
Now, are we actually at the place where we have to make the pass off, or is this just a fuel stop?
No, this is the actual planet.
Okay, good. Well, let's not worry too hard about how they're going to fix all this stuff. Let's just get someone to sign off on it, and it's their problem.
If that's the order you want to take it into, that's up to you. I think that, as you lawyered it earlier, it's got to all be intact when they get it in order for us to get paid. Right?
Yeah, let's rush regardless because this stuff is going to probably turn rotten soon. All right, let's. I guess we'll make contact with who we're supposed to be delivering this to.
Yes. So you are meant to be delivering it to an individual by the name of
Let me just make up the name real quick.
Yes. By the name of Tanit Da. Tanit Da is the only one that is listed on the manifest, and this port Ensenada is listed as his home port, so you should be able to communicate with him once you land. As you are coming down, though, your ship's external sensors are saying that it's extremely hot here. It's in the shade of this overhang. The heat is probably in the 90s Fahrenheit.
Right. So we do not have the ability to fix things up, obviously, before we land, and I don't know if we could reach them before. Like, I don't think we could reach them from space, right?
You can try to make a communication call, but your communication lines have to be open for the port control, right, to guide you down to land. So it's hard to make calls while you're in the midst of landing.
Captain, would you? I mean, if we think this is gonna be a place where we're gonna be able to get repairs, the other option is I just undo everything I did, and we have coolant. We just bring it right back and try and fix this. Because once we land, if it's in the 90s, we're gonna lose everything we have. Be just trying to load and unload. Would you like me to undo what I did?
No, not quite yet. If we could reach out to them while we're still in the safety of space, I'd like to be able to fly away if we need to in a rush. I'd also, to be blunt, I don't know if these people are gonna give us a problem with what we had to do to get the stuff here. So if that's the case, then we're not delivering.
Yeah,
but
fair enough.
To make good on that threat, we need a vessel that can move. So let's see if we can reach them from space where it's still safe for their cargo. And if that doesn't work, we'll come up with another stupid plan.
Okay, so you're going to try to reach the delivery, the person you're supposed to deliver to from space before you come in?
Yeah.
That's legit. All right. Yeah, you're able to pull this guy up. He is one of these ex-Covey individuals. Local. They have a deep maroon skin, very wrinkled heads with the big blue eye in the center of their forehead. And he says, I see you're bringing in my delivery. That's wonderful. He says, I would like you to transport that to my shop, if possible.
Sure, we can do that. We have one thing to let you know. We experienced a lot of trouble getting your delivery here in time and in one piece. Everything's okay right now, but we're gonna have to book it if we're gonna deliver all this to a nice, cool environment. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, my shop is just under the overhang, but it should be cooler than the spaceport.
Right. And all we're going to need is for you to make good on your delivery of payment before we unload. Are you good with that?
I'm going to need to see the condition of the
Absolutely.
materials.
We could either put you up on the ship so you could take a look, or we could do this remotely.
I'll take a look. I think it's better if I take a look.
All right, let's just do this. I don't want to have to dismantle what we had to build. Well, that would be putting him on the ship. He wants to come take a physical look on the ship.
Yeah, you guys could fly one of the escape pods down and then bring him back up.
All right, I think we're good. So let's set it up so that it looks as nice as possible. Which actually you already did. You had an amazing this thing. This place looks better than it did when it was originally stocked.
Yeah,
So let's go bring.
It's like an igloo,
Yeah,
but like with periodic boxes of cryo in it.
All right, so let's bring him up as long as he's okay with it. And I just don't want to damage the thing in delivery.
Sounds good, Captain. Who's flying down to go get him?
I will.
Yay, pilot.
Yeah. Yeah. So, piloting roll, I assume?
Yeah.
That is a 3. It's a 3.
It's a 3. Okay. All right. I'm just dropping a picture of these guys on the desktop for you guys.
Yay.
Okay.
Love visual aids.
All right. So you fly down with the escape pod then?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, these things don't handle so great going in and out of atmosphere. That's very shaky. It's not like a shuttle exactly, right?
Uh-huh.
But it does have engines so that you can get it back to the ship once you've had to crash land somewhere. So you can load this guy on and fly him back up.
Yeah. I do that.
All right. Well, he'll come aboard, take a look at your system here, and he says, "So what exactly am I looking at?"
We were attacked by pirates who were probably after your shipment.
Yep.
And we had a problem with our coolant. We had to jury rig away to get everything out here safe. But you could test. Everything's okay. Nothing's been damaged.
Yeah.
Well, he looks at all the consoles and sees that everything's still intact.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Well, listen. Why don't you land on the planet, and I'm going to bring over a larger containment unit, and we'll get these guys into that directly from the cryopods."
This whole situation is so interesting. Do you mind me asking what kind of business you run?
I run the welcome center here on the planet.
Oh, fascinating. And may I ask what the purpose of these are?
Well, I was told that there would be no questions asked.
Absolutely. I'm not even sure why Son is asking any questions except for payment. That is a question I must ask.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once I've got these safely transferred over to a containment unit, then yeah, no problem on the payment.
Full payment, correct?
Yes. I'm sorry. I don't mean to intrude, but it's just I'm very interested in business, and yours is the best that I've heard of.
The best business that you've heard of?
Excuse me one moment. Son, do you have a minute for an aside? Just a quick aside.
No. Can I make a rapport roll to try and
I would
see
love
if I
to.
can get what the fuck he's doing with these things out of him?
You could make a rapport roll. I don't know that he's going to
Okay.
give you a lot of details, but
That's fine. That's a
2.
2.
okay.
Shit.
Well, he's going to remain generally friendly with you, right?
Yeah.
But he's very cagey about why he has these and what they are. What the deal is. So he's like, you ask, what he's planning on doing. He says, "Oh well, just a little side project of mine. Nothing important."
It's always good to have a hobby.
Of course, yes.
Yes. Where would you like me to unload these? How are we going to do this?
Bring the ship down to the port, and then I'm going to bring a containment unit over. That should it'll be fine once we sort of cycle them out of here.
All right, sounds good to me. Son, would you like to fly us back down to so we can start dropping these off?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Sun Ming is gonna fly everybody down for sure.
Okay, so you can pilot yourself down, so long as you follow the port control, the air traffic control. Basically, you don't even need to make a roll.
Yeah,
to bring the ship down.
I'll do that.
While we're landing, I'm gonna call HR. This pilot, I don't know if she's gonna work out.
They don't answer you either, Sticky.
Pilot seems really preoccupied with welcome centers and thinks they're a good business plan.
I want to. Is there going to be any time where I can be alone with the cargo to see what it is?
I don't know that Sticky's gonna let you do that. That would probably be the only restriction on that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or Growlcom.
I was Growlcom's right now. His goal is to be a good boy. He's going to be unloading cargo. He's going to be doing his job.
All right. Okay, fine. And when this client leaves, I want to take a look at it. Fuck both of them.
So what were you saying Sticky was doing, Frank?
I am actually gonna make sure that the stuff gets unloaded, because I need to get paid.
Okay.
So it's entirely possible that in that period I leave San alone because I'm not really monitoring. I'm still baffled that San cares. I don't. Yeah. It's clear. It's like this is their babies, or maybe they're dead. Who cares? It's whatever. So yeah, I'm present through a lot of it, but there's a good chance I'll have my back turned, or I'm following the our contact.
Okay, so you can go with your contact to get the containment unit that he's bringing back over. Meanwhile, Growlcom has been sort of busying himself around.
I would think that I'm making sure that nothing happens to the cargo, that my jerry rigging stays in shape.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And then San Ming, you can sort of step over to one of the cargo containers without Growlcom noticing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to open it up and see what's inside.
Okay, you have to go through a sort of a decryogenic cycle to open it up without damaging the contents.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay. Inside, you see this sort of probably 2 foot long black insect-like thing, kind of what's on the back of this this picture that I posted.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. It's got like an exoskeleton. It has a couple of little tendrils with weird little hooks on it, and then a whole bunch of small gripping legs in the middle, which is apparently where they grip hold of the spine.
Okay. That's it?
And it starts to move around a little bit.
Is there any way to reseal it? I mean...
Not really, no.
Okay. I will close the box and deliver it.
By far the most irresponsible thing any of us have done.
Yeah, you have somebody in the room who could maybe engineer it back into being closed properly, and you're choosing to not utilize me. Like,
Well, you guys seem really weird about me having a moral, objection to just delivering things no questions asked. So
I'll tell you for future reference, Graucom is very malleable. You can feel free to.
actually, I'm going to compel myself for stay off the radar with it.
Okay.
Because
in what way?
Because I'm not letting Gralcom help me. I'm trying to keep this under wraps, right?
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm being really stupid about this to keep things quiet.
Oh.
All right. So in order to make that a legitimate compel, what I'm going to say is, yeah, you go over, you look over and check on Graucom. You move the crate around, so it's the first one that's going to get off. You see them coming up with the containment unit, and then you look back down inside the crate, and the thing that was inside is gone.
Ah, shit.
Oh, Jesus. No.
Yay!
Son.
By far the most irresponsible.
This is coming from the bear that crashed a ship in a port.
I'm sorry, I think that's more irresponsible than
We'll
this.
see once Dutch Elm or whatever the hell we just unleashed on this planet. It out.
Oh my god!
Like the way I referenced Dutch Elm disease and not like xenomorphs or something.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
Okay, yeah, so can I try and find it? Would that be a survival roll?
That's a survival roll, yeah.
Luckily, I have survival. I rolled a 2.
Okay. You do find it as they're unloading everything.
Okay.
And he's bringing the crates out, cycling them up. They reach in, they take more of these things out and put them in the containment unit one at a time, right?
Uh-huh.
As Graucom's helping him.
The pods or the individual black beetle things?
The individual black beetle things.
Okay, great. That makes my job so much easier.
Yeah, it had crawled around, and it was sort of halfway up the stairway to the living quarters.
Okay. Yeah, so I will grab it and take it back.
Okay, you pick it up. It's like hard and chitinous, but not like slimy or anything. It's a little bit warm.
It's like a lobster.
Kind of like a lobster or a roly-poly or
Yeah. And then it's little claws underneath it sort of grip around your arm, and it starts to climb up your arm.
No, because I grab it with my other hand. Stop it from doing that.
Put it on your spine. Let's see what
No!
And John gets a new character sheet as he does
I almost wish Stick was watching this and saying that. He didn't want to be irresponsible, but now that he sees that you are, let's go full in.
But so basically I'm playing hot potato with this thing as it tries to crawl up each of my arms.
It's not really like fighting with you. If you try to pull it off your arm, it'll let go.
Yeah, okay. And I will take it over to be put into the to finish the delivery.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure he has nothing to say about the fact that there is a living one of these things walking around the ship right now, as opposed to being frozen, unmoving like the others.
Trying to be sneaky about it.
Okay. Let's see how sneaky you are. Roll stealth, yeah.
That's 2.
Okay. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, an opposed roll. 3.
So he clearly sees you carrying it as you're coming
Huh?
up, right? You tried to sidle in behind Graucom without him noticing, but he clearly saw that you had one out, right?
Yeah.
And you put it in, and he says he takes a close look at it as you put it in.
Mm,
But it doesn't look. But then it looks like he looks satisfied with whatever he sees.
okay.
Good.
Oof.
That's good.
And then he'll close the top of this.
Mhm.
And you guys, there's now a river of water that is starting to pour out of your cargo hold onto the ground because the ice is melting in this heat.
That's
I'm
fine.
standing behind our contact with a clipboard and a look of urgency on my face.
He does a careful count. They're all accounted for, luckily. And he will go ahead and sign your manifest.
Woo!
Okay.
Successful delivery.
Thank you. Now, where can we buy a bunch of equipment and booze? I'm sorry,
yes,
that was
yeah. Come on.
redundant.
He says, "You're asking the right man. Let me show you." And he says, "Follow me," and he'll lead you to his welcome center.
This is one of the best businesses I've ever seen.
Shut up.
Okay. He gives you some brochures for some of the local establishments here in the city, and also tells you where you can find the scrapyard by the starport. Most of the city is sort of built up underneath this ridge of rock, and then they've dug into the sandstone underneath there, and so it goes very deep in. And the farther in you go, the cooler it gets.
Okay.
Most of the stuff that caters to spacers like yourself, so it's pretty close to the outside, actually, though, so it's hot and somewhat uncomfortable.
Yeah. I'm actually going to pull Sticky aside and say, how hard would it be for you to sneak into his establishment and see what he's doing with those things?
Now you want to talk an aside?
Well, you weren't listening to me last time.
I was the one trying to make you go aside. You weren't listening to me, literally.
Yes, but that's because you were trying to stop what I was doing.
Why do you care?
Because if he is, enslaving people with these things, I'm not comfortable with that.
Well, would you be comfortable just opening up one of these pods and looking to see what's inside? Even if it risked killing a sentient creature? Which is what we could have done. Right? I mean, for all you know, this is 1/2 of whatever counts as babies for these people. I mean, the universe is weird, and there are a lot of weird people
hypothetically
out
speaking, I might be willing to do that.
there. What was that?
Hypothetically speaking, I might be willing to do that.
Listen, the universe is weird, and there are a lot of weird people out there, and they do weird things that you or I might think is weird. That doesn't necessarily mean they shouldn't be allowed to do it.
I'm not saying people aren't
species
allowed to do weird things. I'm saying that if somebody is doing a weird thing that's wrong, then we should stop that.
Listen, as far as I could figure out,
is wrong.
All right, let's talk about unsavory. As far as I could figure out, this species is actually 2 different species that decided to get it on until they erased their own individualness and became a new thing. That's like marriage to the X power. I don't get it. And
Yeah,
if you ask me, that would be morally wrong. But
they decided to do that. Like they got together and they all were like, "Yeah, let's do this thing." But like if they put those bug things on people's spines who don't want them, then that's bad.
So I'm just going to pipe up here really quick and point out the fact that we also made the decision to fly a pirate-shaped ship into a public airspace, despite what anybody on the ground or any passersby would have found as savory or unsavory. We make decisions all the time that may or may not be something that is morally okay. I don't know if it was morally okay for us to fly our ship, which being traced by pirates, into a public space. We chose to do it. We aren't policing ourselves. Why are we policing these people?
Now you got Sunman questioning that decision.
Let's fix our ship so that we're at our A game.
Yeah, we do the job, we get paid. Yeah.
I'm asking for your help since you seem like a guy who does a lot of sneaking around.
I will take that as the compliment you meant it as. Let's fix up the ship so that we're at our A game. Get some drinks so that we're definitely at our A game. And then I'm sure if something bad is happening, it will come try to kill us. And then we could kill it back. Agreed?
That sounds good to me.
I don't agree.
Well, I am taking agency of my sneaky little body and going to the bar.
I will just have to sneak in myself.
And Graucom will accompany you because he's too loyal not to, because you're putting yourself in danger. I hate my character.
Go ahead and take a fate token for that, though.
Oh, I know. I'll take it. Yeah, I'm going in with you. All right.
Yeah. Listen, Graucom isn't the one who opened the cargo behind everyone's back and didn't.
But he's a good boy, and he's going to protect you.
He is a good boy. He's a very good boy.
All right. Nick, if Son...
It's a shame we have to find a new crew, but well... Yeah,
right. Stick, if she's going to be doing this, I can't in good conscience let her go put herself in danger without backup. So here's what I would need, and he's going to give you the laundry list of things that I could potentially need to fix some stuff up in the ship. And if possible, if you could find out if there's any sort of way to connect back home, I would like to see if there's any sort of user's manual or anything I can get that's a little more schematic-y for this engine so I can have a better idea of what I'm doing. I don't like that I don't enjoy tearing the ship apart. I'll do it, but I don't enjoy doing it.
You giving me a shopping list?
Yes, I am. You just got money. Now you get to spend it. Do that, please.
Like spending money.
Huh. Yes, and I'm letting you spend money, please. But just make sure that some of it goes towards making sure we can get off this planet and shoot things. I like getting off planets and I like shooting things. I know you do too. Help me help you, man.
So before I give up and let these people get arrested or killed or whatever, I'm going to repeat what I said. Son, can you give me a good reason why we should be suspicious, other than it just doesn't feel good?
Because he wouldn't even tell us what he was doing. Like, I'm good with people. And he was being super cagey.
You're not okay with people keeping secrets, son. You of all
That's
people.
not what I'm saying. Everybody has their secrets.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. Everything about this just stinks.
Secrets stink. They do. I agree. but you've got him. Graucom probably got him. I guess who cares? And I got him, and that's not enough
I
to
just don't
spoil the plan.
trust this. I think we should at least know what we were delivering and why we were delivering it.
Well, we were delivering lobster leech things.
Well, yes.
I don't. We know that. I mean, frankly, my guess would be so that they can further assimilate. Maybe this is how they. I don't know much about these people. It looks like that. This is how they make their children. If you think that there's something more nefarious going on, I can't stop you. I will accompany you to protect you. But I mean, I don't foresee, other than the fact that they're using us to transport them, which might be shady in and of itself. I don't foresee any reason why this is actually a problem. I mean, unless you by dint of using our company, you see that as a problem.
Well, he already signed the manifest. He can't take back our pay, but I just would you like?
Yes.
I got something fun. How we could resolve this. So yeah, you two have seemed pretty convinced that you're going to go Graucom, if only to protect San.
Indeed.
I'll be like, all right, you're never going to make it in there. I'll do this, and I give you my opinion on what they're doing and whether or not it's shady. And if you agree, actually, even if you don't agree, my opinion stands. If I say it's good, we go. If you're right and there's something shady go on, then we'll reconsider. Agreed?
If you don't think there's anything bad going on, you are free to leave.
Want my help? This is what I need from you. You got to trust me as captain to know what's right.
And I do think Sticky is the absolute best at sneaking.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
This makes it a little bit more fun. This becomes a team building exercise. We're determining whether or not we actually do trust or like each other at all.
Yeah. All right. Sun Ming will reluctantly agree to those terms.
All right. We'll shake, and I will attempt to sneak in and see what's going on.
Okay.
All right. Cool. I think that's going to be more stealth than larceny, as much as I would like to steal.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is stealth.
Yeah.
Unless you casing the joint would be larceny, right?
Yeah.
You could case the joint and create an advantage for yourself.
I think I want to do that because it's pretty keeping with who I am as a character, smart in all the worst ways.
Right.
Ouch. That's a 1.
All right. So there isn't much good to get in.
There's a way to sneak in. There's like a vent, but it's going to be a tight fit for you.
Okay. All right. So now the stealth.
Oh no.
Oh.
So that ends up being a 0, right? Or it depends on how it
ends up being a 1.
Okay.
The larceny will give you that bonus. You're able to do that.
Can I actually tap one of our?
Yes.
I'm down with it. Mm-hmm.
Do it.
That's slow and steady. That makes sense.
You're taking one of the crew pool?
Yeah.
Or are you tapping?
My mouse isn't being friendly, but if you could, somebody can.
So what were you trying to call on?
We slow and steady.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. That actually doesn't cost you anything because hasn't been used yet.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Cool.
But now it has, so.
I'm definitely John McClaning in that vent.
Yes.
I'm wearing a beat up white t-shirt for some reason. I had to take off my shiny armor. No, yeah, I'm going real slow. I'm kind of cursing San under my breath. And yeah, I'm just gonna take a look at what I can see.
Okay. So you managed to creep in quietly. and you're in the vent system. You're overlooking where this guy Tanit Da has brought in the containment unit, and he's sort of taking these creatures out one by one and putting them into little terrarium type areas, right?
And whenever like the camera goes back to me, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Another one of these ex-Covey comes in, and Tanit Da says, "Well, the Athalis were really unsuitable. We didn't seem to get any good results there." And the other guy says, "Yes, but did you notice? I saw outside. It was a Lassian." And Tanit Da says, "Yeah, but he came in with that Class D crew. I don't think that he's probably worth much."
I kind of like in the vents nod in agreement. Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
And he says, "But they're in very tight with the Saldralans. It would be good to have one of them on our side." Yes. There was the Arsabaran and the Ursemonite too, but I don't see any point in wasting one on an Ursemonite.
The look on my face is sort of like not sure how to take that one.
So they agree that they're going to follow Graucom.
And it's menacingly. They've got one of those things with them that this is not a. This is not we need to ask his help. This is a weird.
It seems menacing. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They make it clear that they're going to be doing this clandestinely.
So I just like curse under my breath. And the whole way back, as I'm reversing back in the pipes, I'm just, damn it, I don't want to do this. I got All right, yeah. So I'll come back, and as soon as I get out of that tunnel, I look at them both in the eye, sort of, and say, "We got trouble."
I fucking told you.
You don't have to be that excited about it.
I told you. This is proof that my instincts are better than yours.
A nice way of taking this would be that your captain could be someone who could be trusted. But yeah, whatever you
yes, trusted to listen to me when I tell you that something shady's going.
Oh, Graucom, they're after. I'm just tuning it out as much as I can. Graucom, they're after you for some reason. They think your dog parts are made out of gold or something. I wasn't really paying attention, but it was menacing. It was menacing.
I'm not sure how to take that, sir.
I told you.
On a lead backpack, and let's get the hell out of here.
Are we going to be able to get out of here? How's our ship? I mean,
you still need to fix it.
Yeah.
I think we should take care of these guys so they don't target anybody else.
Do we know how many of them there are, though? Is it just these ones that you want to take out, or do you want to take out everybody involved in their crew? Like, we don't know if this is how large a scale an operation this is.
That's a good question.
I think we need to do a little bit more research on this, or at least like we need to come up with a good plan and how now that we're aware something's up, and we also have to repair the ship at the same time. And I think a good place to do both would be to get to the junkyard, which is a little further away from the welcome center, and work on fixing up the ship and working on like a Home Alone style plan of messing up whatever their system is.
All right.
I can't believe that this arc's villain is Joe Pesci.
Every arc's villain is Joe Pesci.
All right, yeah. So the junkyard is actually out from underneath the shadow, so it's like super hot out there. Almost in countersuit hot, but you can probably manage it for a little while without having to suit up with something that cools you down.
We open up the hangar door and immediately get flooded with water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Built
That'll
up
help.
inside from all the ice.
Yeah. So Sonning probably just fucking gloats the whole way back.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Sunming's probably like on cloud 9, while also like terrified but super excited about the fact that we're in this situation.
She's just like you guys have to fucking listen to me now.
Yeah.
Because I was right.
And Graucom's just kind of quiet. He's not, his ears are up, his tail is down, and he's not saying anything. He's very closed off in his own head, knowing that something's coming after him. He's like getting more military mode than you probably have seen him to this point.
Yeah.
Even when we were under fire, he wasn't this closed off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I feel bad.
Yeah.
Does that curtail your gloating any?
Oh, absolutely.
Nice.
Listen, she's a space therapist. She has empathy.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a minute and wait for Frank to get back, and then we'll close this out. We don't have much further to go here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think we're actually, that's like where we've left off right now is actually a fairly good point too.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
While
we're here, let's talk about new blueberry code.
Yeah, blueberry acai Coke. It's definitely more palatable than strawberry. Has less childhood medicine taste to it.
This is such a ringing endorsement for this fabulous product.
It tastes more like the milk at the bottom of cereal than the previous one. Like, this is very like Crunch Berries-esque in its flavor, which for I'm sure many is a big plus. Crunch Berries are pretty great.
We're still doing product endorsement.
Oh yeah,
we were waiting for you to get back.
Thank you.
I think we actually came to a pretty good stopping place. I'm going to recap it for you for a second, Frank, to see if you want to add in what Sticky's up to. But San Ming was gloating on the way back, but then Graucom was acting so subdued that it kind of made San Ming feel bad.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Graucom is in a state you haven't seen him yet. He's in full like military shutdown mode, like emotion gone, ears up, tail down. You even when we were in combat earlier, you hadn't seen this kind of regimented sort of preparation before from him. He's there's no real emotion coming off him. You can't read him really.
All right, I think this is pretty good. I'd like to add at this moment. I don't know where it would be more appropriate. I guess you two would have to tell me. I don't know if reaching out to Graucom right now is a good time because he's in his unhappy place.
Yeah.
Maybe I say to San, like, don't let it, or I just say, things like, people like Graucom. I'm sure it doesn't feel good to be part of an experiment, somebody taking over your body and using you. So I'm sure this is hitting some raw nerves. He'll make it through. He's a good boy.
Aww.
All right, that's a good place to cut it.
Yeah.
That's our adventure for this week. We hope you enjoyed listening to Dungeon Not Included. If you did, please tell a friend, leave us a 5-star review and encouraging comments on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps spread word for new shows like ours. You can follow the latest from the Dungeon Not Included crew on Twitter at DNI Crew, or over at Facebook at Dungeon Not Included, or at our home on the Non-Productive Network at Non-Productive.com/DNI Crew, where you can find articles, character sheets, and Patreon exclusives, as well as our latest episodes. All of us do this for the love of the game, but every little bit helps us keep making Dungeon Not Included. Thanks for listening.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.